Sunny Radio, where it's always in the 80s. Thank you for listening on a Friday. Each Friday at this time, we try to shine the sunny spotlight on the Sioux Empire United Way and the different organizations that make up the Sioux Empire United Way. And today, we're talking with Allison Struck, and she is with Feeding South Dakota. Allison, hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on.
Well, we're glad to have you on the program. Now, first of all, how long have you been with Feeding South Dakota?
I've been with Feeding South Dakota just over 6 years.
That is fantastic. Thank you for doing what you do there. That, for those of you that don't know about Feeding South Dakota, buckle up. We're going to learn all about them. Explain for people maybe that have never heard of Feeding South Dakota. Explain what you guys do.
Feeding South Dakota is the state's largest hunger relief organization. So we distribute about 13.5 million pounds of food throughout the year to partner agencies across the state, through our food pantries in Sioux Falls and Rapid City, through our mobile food pantries, through our backpack programs, through our senior box programs. So we're really a food distribution center. That's our main part is our warehouse, the food bank. And so we make food available to agencies that can order the food from us, and then they can take it back to their communities and serve individuals who are experiencing food insecurity.
And that's awesome because, you know, it can happen to anybody, really. It can happen, you know, where some occurrence happens in your life and all of a sudden you're in need. And it's wonderful to have an organization like Feeding South Dakota you can turn to. So I'm reading here, it says 1 in 5 children in South Dakota experience food insecurity. That's a big number.
It is. 20% of kids living across the state don't know where their next meal may come from. They lack, that regular access to nutritious food. And so that's one of the reasons that we started our backpack program was, we know that a lot of our kids rely on the school breakfast and lunch program. And so when they go home on the weekends, they're missing those meals. So we started our backpack program to provide food to kids so they have something to eat Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday until they're back in school Monday morning.
That's really nice. And I'm reading here, it says constant hunger can lead to various health complications in children, headaches, stomach aches, colds, ear infections, fatigue. So there's all these things, more so than just being hungry, all of these other complications that can happen as well. So it's such a great thing that the backpack program is here to help kids in that situation. So thank you for doing what you're doing.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of great partners, of course, one of them being Sioux Empire United Way. We have thousands of volunteers that come in every year to help us fill these backpacks. And then, of course, our partnership with the Sioux Falls School District and 10 surrounding school districts. Their staff members are really the ones who identify the kids who need the backpacks. They help us with all the paperwork and registration, and then they essentially distribute the bags to the kids. We pack all of the food, and we deliver it to the schools, but then the school staff members are the ones who get it to the kids as they're going home on Friday.
Very nice. And I'm reading in the info again, the Sioux Empire United Way funds about 44% of Feeding South Dakota's backpack program. So that makes a big difference when it comes to the bottom line, doesn't it?
Oh, it's huge. We're filling about 3,430 backpacks a week just in the Sioux Falls area. And we purchase all of the food for this program. We don't use any donated products. So the Sioux Empire United Way support is crucial, and there's no way that we could be in about 55 schools in the Sioux Empire if we did not have the support of Sioux Empire United Way.
Allison, for somebody listening that says, man, that is an organization I could get behind, I'd like to volunteer. You said it takes a lot of volunteers to help. How do they get more information about Feeding South Dakota, and how can I sign up to be a volunteer?
We have a nice new volunteer portal on our website. So if anyone's interested in volunteering some time through any of our programs, they can go to our website, which is www.feedingsouthdakota.org, and that's all spelled out. And there's a button that says volunteer time, and you can click on it, and it'll list the shifts that we have open in Sioux Falls here in Rapid City, and you can just sign yourself up online. So it's a pretty slick system.
Very nice. Allison, thank you for taking time to chat with us today.
Yeah, thank you very much.
And again, Allison is with Feeding South Dakota, their website, feedingsouthdakota.org. And we're also going to give you a website for the Sioux Empire United Way. If you say, hey, I can really get behind contributing to people who are helping do all of this stuff, this is one of the many organizations that they have a financial impact on, and a very positive one. If you'd like to know more about the Sioux Empire United Way, their website is SEUW.org. That stands for Sioux Empire United Way. So again, very simply, SEUW.org. Thanks for listening on a Friday.